Get ready to enter the Thrive Time Show.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the C&Z up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go!
We started from the bottom, now we here.
Yes, 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 and yes. Thrive Nation, on today's show, we are interviewing a man who has made an all-natural energy drink, if it is possible. I think many of you will be very excited to know what he has in store for you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mark French. Welcome onto the Thrive Time Show. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Clay. Thank you so much for having me.
So, Mark, our listeners know I definitely do not need another energy drink or an energy drink. However, I know a lot of people say that they do need energy, you know, and in fact, some big-time names like Kawhi Leonard or Saquon Barkley, these are pro athletes, are apparently a fan of your product. Tell us about your product, and when did you first start the company?
Sure. And, you know, for the record, I did not start the company. So I have been an active board member with X2 Performance here for the last almost 2 years now. And what drew me to the brand was really what you were highlighting. It's truly the first of its kind. It's a clean, all-natural energy line. So they're the ready-to-drink cans, as well as pre-workout, all-natural, organic shots, and pre-workout powders. And what intrigued me and why I originally got involved, along with some other amazing investors and partners, is there's a patent on the formula, which is really, really hard to get in the supplement world. It's NSF certified. And because of that NSF certification, you've got over 25 pro teams in the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball that have been buying the product as a supplement for their athletes that were looking for energy sources, but their training staffs and nutritionists wouldn't let them take any of these substances that were not NSF certified. So, you know, I was intrigued, and when you looked under the hood and saw some of the players and teams that were using the product, our lead investor is the group L. Catterton, who your listeners may or may not have heard of. They're the largest consumer goods private equity fund. They invested early, and that was something else that I was, you know, really intrigued by, because they're typically going into businesses like Peloton, Vitamin Water, Tonal, Hydro, a little bit later stage. But, you know, like me, they looked at it and said, you've got all these pro athletes and pro teams buying it. There's an opportunity to commercialize this as the general consumer is looking for clean, healthy energy solutions. And, you know, there was white space. So with that, from the board seat with my partners, was able to check a few boxes, just kind of utilizing my experience and network. So we repackaged everything to be more consumer focused versus just being, you know, for that business to business play for the pro teams, and really leaned into some of those core components, clean ingredients for sustained energy. Wanted to make that front and center. Took the energy shot and made it into a powder form, which it originally didn't have. And, you know, this way consumers can customize as much as they want to bring in. We were able to secure a couple of great partners, one most importantly being Kawhi Leonard, who is an avid user of the product, who wanted to get involved at a much larger scale than just being an ambassador. So thrilled to have him, you know, even join us on the board of directors. And he's been an amazing partner in this process. And then CVS agreed to launch all of our products nationally, really leaning into their Tested to be Trusted initiative, where they're trying to bring more natural product offerings to their customers. So that really kind of put us on the map. And then GNC signed up, and L. Catterton said, look, we want to double our investment, you know, if I would lean in and help kind of drive the business through this critical growth phase. So for me, working with a variety of portfolio companies in sports, entertainment, and technology, we had a recent exit with another portfolio company. I said, you know what, I am bullish on this brand. I think if I can recruit the right team that shares the passion and vision, we could, you know, potentially make something unique and differentiated in the marketplace. So yeah, the founder, a tremendous, smart, savvy business executive who has had multiple exits in the beverage industry. He's really the brains who founded and created this amazing product. And I'm just fortunate to work with great people, and I'm going to lean in to try to commercialize and take it to scale.
When you sip on that beverage, or you have some of the energy beverage, the X2 brand, does it feel like you're sipping on like a 9-volt battery, or what does it feel like?
It's actually the polar opposite, which is what really differentiates us and why we're seeing some of the success right now. So it's non-carbonated to start with, which is a big differentiator, and which is why you see these pro athletes drinking it before games, like the last thing before you go to work out, or, God willing, you're in a competitive game, you want is carbonation. But it's all responsible stimulants, and the ingredients are coming from clean, natural resources. So, the negatives that a lot of energy drinks are associated with are those crash and jitters, right? So you can get that quick spike of energy, but then you're going to get that negative crash. So where our product differentiate is it's clean, sustained energy. So there is no crash, no jitters. It's going to give you sustained energy. But, we don't feel you need to put 300 milligrams of caffeine into a can. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. The product's been really carefully crafted and tested with all these proteins, and now we're bringing it to the marketplace. And most importantly, it tastes fantastic. So we have kiwi, strawberry, raspberry, fruit punch flavors, and we'll be bringing some new flavors to the marketplace here right around a Super Bowl launch.
Now, as far as with your product, can you tell us about the vision of the company moving forward? What are you looking to do here in the next, let's say, 6 months, next 6 months to a year?
Yeah, I mean, for us, where we're really focused is getting our cans in as many refrigerators as possible. So if you think about the consumer chain, that's where most energy drinks are being sold today. So we will be rolling out in Southern California in all the different convenience channels and supermarket channels that you can think of. And the goal is to get, cans in hand. So when people are looking across those refrigerators, folks that, we've branded as the everyday athlete, the people that are reading the labels, that's where we've seen to grab market share. So we're going to be leaning into what's called the DSD network, the distribution network of getting our cans in as many refrigerators at the right retail partnerships so people can experience our products.
Mark, did you watch any Dave Letterman back in the day during his prime?
Of course.
Dave was big into canned hams. Do you see the brand moving into canned hams in next quarter at all? Any canned hams, or just energy beverages in cans?
You know what? I don't know if you can find a natural, clean, no preservative canned ham, but that sounds like it could be a potential protein solution. But no, I don't see us going there just yet.
I haven't patented that idea yet, so don't worry. You can feel free to run with that idea. Now, final couple questions I have here for you. One is you guys are operating this business, and I would say that it is disruptive. What you're doing, from what I can tell, the brand seems to be disruptive. What do you accredit the rapid growth to? What do you attribute the rapid growth to? Why is it being such a disruptive success?
I would say there's more people coming to the category now, right? So there's certain people that would never try an energy drink, right? That more health conscious consumer really was not interested in putting in their body some of these beverages that had some, ingredients that you can't even pronounce. So as more people are, looking for energy solutions, whether it's the coffee drinker that wants something a little bit cleaner or lighter, or, somebody that might be drinking other energy drinks, but is trying to live a healthier lifestyle, I think that's really where the disruption comes in. Also, there's never really been a brand that, was built in the locker room in this energy category, right? So, we are really fortunate that BevNet recently featured us as a sports drink innovator. We're not really a sports drink. We're not a hydration drink. We're something that you might take before you want to do some exercise, or if you want to just have a little bit more energy and focus throughout the workday, but you want to have it with clean, healthy ingredients. And, the other reason why people might consider us to be somewhat disruptive is just because of, this athlete partnership model. There really haven't been athletes like Saquon Barkley, Levante David, Kawhi Leonard, and now Kendall Toole, who's one of the top Peloton athletes, that are, joining a company like ours as shareholders and partners in the business. I think it's just, shedding some light that there is room for innovation in the energy category. And that's where we could probably be looked at as being somewhat disruptive.
Now, James, we're going to go into the lightning round, and I don't just call it the lightning round because there is lightning sound effects. But let's go to the lightning round.
Lightning on the screen too.
Lightning, James, tell us, what question do you have in our lightning round as we're going rapid fire about these incredible energy beverages there? And by the way, I'm going to have JT buy some of it online right now. I'm going to the website right now. I'm going to x2performance.com. Hey, JT, is JT here? Okay, we'll have Carter come. I'll tell you what, as soon as JT gets back in here, I'm going to have him go to x2performance.com and buy some of this beverage during the lightning round. James, what question do you have for today's guest?
Yeah, Mark, nice to meet you. Congratulations on your success here. I know that you said you came in. You're not one of the founders, but you're a very active board member. Do you know, through your experience with, and this is Thunder and Lightning that we're playing in the background right now. This is the lightning
I
round.
love it, yeah.
Okay, so do you know where's the name X2 come from? Do you know what it means? If there's meaning behind it?
It's really, how do we take your X factor to the next level? That's where it originally started from. And just because of the brand recognition that we have in all these pro locker rooms, we're really leaning into, if it's good enough for the pros, let's make it available for any and everyday athletes.
So it's like double your X, and it's like, the double mint gum, like double your trouble, double your pleasure, that type of thing.
It's me doing the best job to tell you why the name was created. I don't have a good answer for you, but the X2 lockup really works. It looks great on apparel that all of our A-list athletes are working, so we're going with it. But if you guys have ideas, would love to hear them, how we make X2 a brand that sticks.
Now, Pastor Craig, you run Rhema Bible College. You've never had any of this energy beverage, so you can't necessarily endorse it or not endorse it, but you're a man who's filled with tough questions. What is the question that you have here for today's guest, Mark French?
Actually, I was noticing on your website, number one, I do like all the, it's
Get out of the pool, it's the lightning round!
right up front it says clean energy for sustain, so it tells you right there. But I like there you can actually get it delivered every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks or whatever, because actually I do that with energy drinks right now. I get mine delivered every couple of weeks because I lost 100 pounds over the last year, and I'm a little more healthy. And so, clean energy drinks, obviously, kind of something right up my alley. So is that a model that you're seeing, a lot of success with? Because obviously I put energy drinks in my refrigerator right now. Haven't tried yours, but I'll order some.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, we do see great results from consumers that are looking to live that healthier lifestyle. And it's not about weight loss necessarily. It's about, just putting clean, healthy ingredients in your body. What you put in is the outcome that you're going to get out. So, yes, we are seeing a trend there. When we start learning that people like Kendall Toole of Peloton and other trainers are using our beverages for, pre-workout before their classes, and then learning that, athletes like Kawhi Leonard are also drinking your beverages before they're working out. There definitely is a formula there for success. We want to take those same use cases and bring it to the masses. But congratulations, that's a huge accomplishment.
Thanks.
Now, so if I go to your website right now, again, that's x2performance.com, x2performance.com. That's where I can find more about your product. That's where I can buy your product. Any final word of wisdom that you want to share with our listeners? We have almost 1 million people that tune in each and every week. Many of them are note takers, very action-oriented people. Many people that are always looking for a little more edge, a little more energy. What would be your final suggestion, pro tip, advice, word of wisdom for our listeners?
Yeah, I would say, first and foremost, thank you again for having me. If people want to learn more about us, the products are also available on Amazon, on X2 Performance on Instagram. But again, thank you for having me and letting us share a little bit more about, what we're up to and where we're headed. My words of wisdom are, for any and everybody, depending on irrelevant of what career you're into, you're definitely further ahead than somebody that's near you right now. So I've been really fortunate to have amazing mentors in my life, and I take just as much pride in the young men and young women that I've mentored along the way. So I think, in today's society, there's definitely somebody that wants to be wherever your listener is, and, find those people, lend a helping hand, and share some of the wisdom that you garnered along the way, and help make the generation as good as the one before.
Well, brother, I do appreciate you for joining us on today's edition of the Thrive Time Show. Again, folks, check out that website. That's x2performance.com, x2performance.com. Thank you, Mark, for joining us. Hope you have a great rest of your day.
You guys, too. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye. And now, without any further ado, 3, 2, 1, boom!